The Joe Rogan Experience.
Because people aren't tested out here, like by climate.
Yeah, yup.
On the East Coast, they're tested by climate.
Yeah, yup.
That wind comes, that snowy wind comes. You got to get the fuck
prepare.
inside.
You got to winterize your car.
Yeah.
Got to get snow tires.
Yeah. That's real.
Motherfuckers out here don't know about that.
They don't know.
Hell no.
They don't know.
350 tornadoes last week.
Where?
Yeah, I heard about that.
In the Midwest, wherever Tornado Alley kind of.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got fucked
ramped
up, man.
Yeah.
Damn.
That was like Ohio and where else? Kentucky, I think?
Yeah. Bunch.
They just handing out tornadoes.
Missouri got hit hard.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know if that's really because of climate change that those are ramping up. But if they ramp up in unprecedented levels like that and it becomes impossible to live in Ohio or Kentucky or anywhere where there's tornadoes, can you imagine how nuts that is? If we find out that the center of the country is just tornado, like a tornado bowling area.
Wow.
Just a bowl filled with tornadoes.
In Florida, you're just dodging hurricanes most of the year. They just get lucky if it doesn't happen where you are.
Yeah, you get lucky.
Whatever.
Yeah, you're a dick sticking out into the ocean, and it's right where all the tornadoes get formed or all the hurricanes get formed. They all get formed there. That's where they all go, right? Because it's like warmer waters, right?
Like, here we go. We're gonna get started right here.
Yeah, fuck hurricanes. I've been in a little baby hurricane before. And I was living in Boston, which is pretty far away from the ocean in terms of where my house was. And it was like, wow.
Yeah.
And that was a little baby one. It was nothing. By the time it got to us, it was nothing.
I lived in Japan for 2 years, and they used to have some crazy fucking earthquakes over there.
Oh, really? While you were there?
Yeah, they had earthquakes and typhoons.
You saw both?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like,
what was the earthquake like?
Bad. You never been in one here?
Yeah, I've been a baby one. I've been in like a 5.5.
Bro, like I'm talking about whole room just shaking. Like it's like a ride at Universal. Like, because you see shit moving. It's like, damn, is this really happening? And this shit happens, bro. Like the earthquakes over there are insane.
Wow.
Yeah, yup. And they get some crazy rain. Like when the typhoons come, that shit gets really violent too.
Yeah.
Yeah, yup. Yeah, the Japanese are, they hold it down.
What were you doing living over there?
My parents are military. My mom was in there for a little bit, but then she got out. And then my dad was in there. He got out but remarried. So that's how I stayed in the military thing, was my stepmom. And I would move. We would live on base, you know what I mean, for like 2 years or whatever. And then I would move back with my mom.
Wow. What was it like living in Japan as a young guy?
It was crazy. Like, it was fun. I lived there in the late 90s. So it was like when technology was first changing, like music was just now going into MP3s and shit like that. So there was that. Pokemon was really popular over there. It was fun, like just being a kid, like running around fucking it up in Japan. It was cool, man. It was fun as hell.
That's an interesting little extra level to your brain, right?
Yeah.
Like you grew up those 2 years in a completely different kind of culture.
Yeah,
so
totally.
you have a different understanding of what's possible.
Right, 100%.
I think that's so big for kids, man.
Yeah.
Show them shit.
Yeah, it helped out a lot for sure. Yeah, it was cool. It
has
fun.
to, right?
Yeah.
Like, as far as your perspective.
Yeah,
just being around. I've only been to Tokyo for a few days, only once, and I was like, "This is one of the trippiest places I've ever been in my life."
It's crazy.
It's so interesting.
It was crazy. Living there was wild. Like no TV, like regular TV. They don't got any like American TV stations.
Oh, wow.
So for 2 years, I was just like
disconnected.
Yeah, like I didn't have shit. Yeah. It was.
And
crazy.
this is before Netflix and everything too, right? Right? Or YouTube. Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That was probably really good for you.
No, it sucked. I couldn't watch wrestling.
But I bet it was really good for your brain.
No.
You don't think so?
I need that. I need my entertainment, man. Fuck that, yo. I need to be a part of the world. I couldn't buy all the CDs and shit that everybody was listening to. It was whack.
Did you learn to speak Japanese?
Just a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
Baby Japanese just to get around and shit, but I forgot it though.
You forgot it all?
Not all of it. Well, it'll come back if I like, you know what I mean? You run me through it, but I can't sit here and say no Japanese words.
How hard was it to learn?
It wasn't difficult.
No?
Nah, it's not difficult. Reading it is difficult.
Oh,
yeah.
Different?
Because they have symbols or characters. So it's like one character means like 3 of our words.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah, yup. And then they have like 3 different styles of writing it too. So it's like we have print and cursive. They have 3 different ones.
Oh, that sounds so annoying.
Yeah, it's weird.
Well, on one hand, you don't want it to go away because it's an ancient language. But on the other hand, you're like, can you just clean this up? Simplify this shit for me,
I
please?
honestly think they got it down pat. You know what I'm saying? They don't even want us to have fucking know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, they're like, we'll learn English if we want to. But if you want to learn Japanese, it's going to be difficult, bro.
I want to learn some Asian language because I'm fascinated by reading like Twitter messages from, you know how many more characters they had?
Yeah.
They can write books.
Yeah.
140 characters. Like, how many words is that though?
Yeah.
You know, that's a lot of fucking words.
It's
or
true.
if it's 280.
True.
I mean, 280 of those Asian, whether it's Chinese or Japanese, those little symbols. That's a lot of talking, man.
Yeah, yeah. It's hard to put like the ingredients on shit.
Oh yeah. I'd imagine. Do they have symbols for numbers or just use numbers?
I forgot what the numbers look like. I think it's symbols.
Really?
Yeah,
like the
I
number
don't imagine
3?
that it's like 1, 2 and 3.
Oh wow. Right.
Yeah,
It
I
must have
think
something.
yeah.
Yo, I never even thought of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like what is let's go with Japanese. Does the Japanese language have symbols that
forget how they
represent
even-
numbers? Like you would write the letters THREE for 3. Like that. Like you would write 3 or you'd be the number 3. Mm-hmm. Do they have that in Japanese?
Nah, because Japanese is like each ni, san, shi.
Oh.
There's different words for it. So it's like 1 is ichi. So it would, however the symbol, however you spell that in Japanese. I'm starting to kind of remember what it looks like now.
Do you think if you could move back there right now, you'd just get right back in the swing of things after a while?
Sure.
David Lee Roth moved there, from Van Halen, the lead singer of Van Halen. He moved down there and took kendo lessons. He lived there for like more than a year.
I would probably appreciate it more now as an adult.
You think so?
Yeah, yep. Because as a kid, you kind of just want to run wild and do everything that you see on TV. But
oh, so you must be annoyed that you were stuck there.
it was kind of weird. You know what I mean? I was 13, like wanting to like go crazy. It was fun for a little while, but you want to go back home and shit. Like, you know what I mean?
Of course.
But as an adult, I feel like I would benefit a lot more from it.